Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
This is my own brand. Tres comas. You know what that means in Spanish?
3 commas.
Nope. 3 commas.
From this moment forward, I decree no more schnitzel or strudel. Let's get some American food up in there.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started. Welcome back. I hope you missed us this time. Okay, the show started.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay. All right.
Steed, I teased it last time. I'm going to go through a little more detail this time. I'm talking about my Stanley mug. Stanley 1913, I think is the thing. So, people that know me call me a Jaren when it comes to certain things. I only in this way when I feel like I've been wronged by a company. But if there's ever a thing, like this is something my sister gets me to. If there's ever something that like she feels like, hey, this company screwed up, but like they're not doing anything about it, that's what she calls me. Like people call me. I should start charging for the service that I do. Here's what happens, dude. I'm gonna tell you a little background on my. So everybody knows these Stanley. They're popular Stanley like tumbler type thing. They're like the metal stainless steel mug type things, are tumblers, whatever. That have a straw. Some of them have a handle. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, white people get it.
White people, sure. I had this one, and the lid on it was broken. Like it couldn't stay closed. So
you put it in the dishwasher, didn't you?
No, I didn't put it in the dishwasher.
Sure.
No, I didn't. I actually never did that. So I contact them like, hey, this, the lid's kind of broken. I need a new one. And they're like, okay, get this one. So I order it. It arrives. I try it. It's too small. And I'm like, okay, the one you told me to get doesn't fit. I was kind of annoyed. And of course, they like made me pay for the shipping to and from, and they didn't refund the shipping. So I ended up paying like $18 for probably a mug that's probably worth $20, $25. And keep in mind that I actually didn't pay for this. This was something we got at like a white elephant gift or something like that, right? So I didn't even pay for this, but I was just like, I want it to work if I have it. So anyway, so then like a couple months go by, I'm really annoyed, and like I still want that lid. I still want that stupid lid. I contact them again and I say, hey, I need this one, didn't work. I need it. And they're like, okay, yeah, try this. And I'm like, this is the same one you told me to order last time. It didn't work. Send me something else. And I'm going back and forth, the complaint, and then they're like, oh yeah, fill out this warranty claim, all this kind of stuff. Nobody gets back to me. Nobody gets back to me. I call, complain, talk to the manager of the person. That person doesn't respond after a week. I call back again. After like, multiple contacts, I finally get through to a manager that, a second or third time I've contacted the manager, and they're like, okay, fine. We actually don't have that part anymore. We're just gonna send you a new mug.
There it is.
So there we go. They send me the new one, it's the exact same as the one I had before. So they clearly had the lid somewhere, but whatever. They send me a brand new thing. So I get this one, I'm happy, and then I'm like, hey, I did great. Chubstep paid me, I did great, right? Are you proud of me? I got my mug back. And she's like, do you remember how that lid broke? I was like, yeah, I was just twisting it, it broke, right? She's like, no, you left it on the roof of the car and drove off.
There it is. There it is. The truth comes out.
In my mind, it would happen at this point. It happened like a year and a half ago. In my mind, I was just like using it normal wear and tear, and I twisted the lid and it broke. In reality, I left it on my roof and driven off.
So you thought you were so strong, you broke one of the most durable.
It's like the plastic part of the top. It's the plastic part of the top. Well, here's what also pissed me off. It says lifetime warranty on the bottom. And they said, oh, the warranty is for the metal mug part. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Sorry, the thing that's indestructible, that's what has the lifetime warranty? That's bullshit. Like, so like the stuff was kind of pissing me off, so I felt less bad about the fact that I like in my mind the reality was different than what it was. But anyway, I got my mug. I'm happy.
Wow, what an inspiration. Hey,
So fucking-
anybody out there, if you break a product from a company, just keep complaining.
That's basically what I'm getting at.
Okay,
I'm
they
good at
should
doing that.
be able to withstand impacts from a moving vehicle.
It should. It says lifetime warranty. It doesn't say I can't drive off with it. There's nothing specifically where it says don't put it on top of your car and drive away.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point.
Yeah.
So
That was that's my Stanley Cup story.
okay, I'm proud of you for
Thank you. Anything you want to
swindling
get
them
to?
out of
Yeah,
$18.
exactly.
Nice wheels, Mike. This is new?
Not quite. Like your mother, it's been previously loved and paid for by a couple of guys.
I guess this means you cleared your debts, huh?
No, I've added this to my debt.
The main topic today, we're doing maps.
Yes.
Maps. And now you might think maps, hey, that's boring.
Yeah.
Maps are boring.
Whoever thinks that.
Whoever thinks that. This
Who
is
said
wrong,
that?
actually. I actually had so many things for this, and I'm actually cutting one of the super interesting topics. I'm going to save it for a different episode. There's a crazy
Whoa.
number of stuff about maps.
Yeah.
Do I look at a map almost ever? I used Google Maps,
I look
And
at
actually-
Google Maps all the time.
and that pulls into the story. Actually, later I got a Google Maps story, Steed, for
Whoa.
you. I am going to show you a few things. I'm going to start with these couple of things are just they're not. Hey, it's not that interesting. It just why not? Let's show you it. This is the oldest map. Steve, do you know the oldest map?
I'm assuming it's going to be like two fucking lines on a piece of
Yeah, I mean
stone.
here's the deal.
It's going to be dog shit.
It's a dog shit map. Yeah, here's the deal. Like the things that are the first are not always the best.
No.
I've been to, I mentioned this before, I've been to where they invented the pina colada. It's a Hilton Caribe in Puerto Rico. I've stayed there. That was not the best pina colada I've had. It was just the place that invented it. It wasn't the best. This is the first
Okay.
map. It's from
That's not a map.
600 BCE. It's from it's a Babylonian, if you will.
That I'm telling you right now, that ain't no map.
It's a shitty map, guys. It's a rock with some lines in it, some circles. What is it of? Unclear. Don't really care.
I
You
don't
can't
think
read
that's
it.
a map.
I'm telling you it's a map.
Whoever declared that a map was fucking high. 'Cause This is no map.
So it's good. We've made a lot of improvements. Google Maps versus this. I'll take the Google Maps all day. I'm holding this piece of rock that's heavy. I'm like, what the hell does this mean? Where am I? Where? It's a piece of shit map, guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first one was bad. And then what was interesting, then kind of maps evolved. They evolved a little bit. But let's go to
Yeah,
medieval
once
maps.
paper came down, that was a big
Yeah.
deal.
So this is like
Oh, that's a good map.
this is a good map, and I'm going to show you this map. This is called a. Here we go. So this one's got at least some pictures of some,
Oh yeah, I could
really
get
some
around
detail, right? So
some rivers.
it kind of looks like if a elementary kid school like drew a map where it's got like these kind of shitty looking buildings, but a bunch of writing and stuff. So these ones, this is like the Mappa Mundi. These were more
Moody.
Mundi. These were maps from the medieval times that were kind of more centered around religion than like accuracy. So like a lot of these would have Jerusalem at like the center of the map.
Hmm.
And like nothing was to scale. Like there would be certain ones that were, but there was a lot of maps that were just kind of like more like ideology maps than like reality maps. So I was thinking,
God.
see, if you were creating these maps, what would you have at the center of your map?
In the center of my ideology.
Yeah, like so say you're making a map where you're just like, yeah, this is more like for sort of reality. That's just kind of how I see the world, like them putting Jerusalem at the center. What would you put at the center of your Steed map?
Probably like a 4'2" girl with huge boobs.
Okay. What? So not like a place, it would be like a person, you think?
Yeah, home is where the heart is.
Oh, I love that. Good. I'm happy for you. I was picturing you're gonna say like the Buffalo Bills Stadium would have been a good
Well,
center
they're in the
of
middle of renovations.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you don't want to have like the old map, and then you can't say the new map because it's not done, or the new stadium because it's not done.
Mm-hmm. It would be confusing.
That would be
Right
confusing
now.
for people. Okay.
So yeah, I just have the girl with huge boobs in the middle,
Okay.
and then like if you ever get lost, that's where you'd want to go. So all the roads would lead to that.
Okay.
And I'd maybe include some sort of highway structure. So you could use the freeways. And maybe have like a couple cows. Because you see cows
is this
on
like
the side of
America? Like, is this like a made up land? Because I think these are still real places.
these are
like
real things that I'm talking about.
Okay, okay.
I'm telling you
Like,
what
what
I
state
include.
is this in? What state? Like, you have to have
This could be any state.
Okay.
You have the highways, and then you have the cows. So if there's a bunch of cows in one zone, you look at the map and you count the cows, and you're like, this is abundant cows, this is moderate cows, low cows.
Okay. So every state has cows, you think?
Yeah. So if you're in sparse cow state, you're like, not in Nebraska because
they got lots of cows.
They're moderate cows.
Okay.
Okay. So it would be something like that because
So
then you don't need to label every road.
You tell what state you're in by the amount of cows that are along the
then
highway.
you don't have to. You need the highways and the amount of cows.
Okay.
And you can navigate from state to state.
Okay.
Based off this. And maybe I'd have like tree height. So if you have high trees, you're in the west.
Okay.
And then you get lower trees in the middle, and then you get slightly higher trees on the east. So you could navigate based on that too. If you triangulate the cows, the highways, tree height, girl with big boobs, you're home free.
Okay. I mean, it would definitely fit what they were doing in the medieval times. I feel like that'd be just as accurate as some of the stuff you're seeing here. I mean, this is just like, they've got just like things of fish. There's like giant, this is not far off of what you're talking about. There's just some fish. There's like this livestock here. I mean, this isn't.
Some of those creatures, I don't think they exist either.
It's like a gar type of fish here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing,
what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah. So
why look at its penis.
Oh, weird. Or not its tail between its legs.
Well, what's that ball thing hanging from it then?
I don't know. Yeah, this is okay. So yeah,
what is this guy?
Yours would have fit. Yours would have fit in that time. Then last thing, kind of the more boring, whatever side of this, just real quick. There's things that are conflicts that are going on now because the way maps were drawn hundreds of years ago, 200 years ago.
Yeah.
So one of these examples is like the Berlin Conference. A bunch of European countries basically divided up Africa, right? And some of those, now none of those countries are still ruled by the European states anymore, like European countries anymore. Mm-hmm. But a lot of these borders kind of still exist from that time, and now there's conflicts. These are like ones where they were basically borders drawn without any African leaders present. And
look, Ethiopia's free.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fun.
That is fun. You got that one little part. And basically there's a lot of conflicts now because of like old borders that somebody drew 200 years ago. And all these borders have changed, but some of them were still like over time this was established, and I was like, hey, we hate each other because of this border, which was just arbitrarily drawn 200 years ago. Same kind of thing with some of the stuff in the Middle East. There's this thing called the Sykes-Picot Agreement in 1916, and they decided what was under British, French, Russian rule. And this is like some of the stuff between like Syria and Iraq. Some of these border issues that they have is just based on this agreement from 110 years ago.
Huh.
That, neither of the people that live in there agree to. It
was
just like,
you know what? Come on, guys. Let's let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, it is easy to say.
Yeah, just pick a map and go with it. Who cares?
Yeah, so maps, if somebody draws at one point, they're not thinking much of it. Oh, this would be good. And then like 200 years later, the implications of that map are still going on. So it's, this is maps. What map stuff do you want to get to, Steve?
Those guys weren't there.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go over some old maps.
Okay.
That had secret places on them.
Yeah.
Okay. So they make old maps. Yeah, they might fuck up a Syria-Iraq border. Big deal. Okay, so the first map, this is called the Zeno map. This is from the 14th century. And it has a secret island called Frisland located in between Greenland and Iceland.
Okay.
Where'd Friesling go?
Like Lost City of Atlantis type of thing.
Oh, you just wait. Okay, well, have you ever heard about the Ebstorf map and the kingdoms that time forgot?
No.
This is a massive medieval map. It was destroyed in World War II, probably because it held hidden knowledge that you weren't supposed to see. Good luck spelling that. Ebstorf. E-B. E.B. Storf. Yeah, I think you got the Storf. Wow, look at all that stuff. Oh wait, that's what we were just looking at. No, it's not. It's just another shitty map.
Yeah.
It showed like the land of the Amazons, big humanoid creatures. Ooh, what's going on there? What do you think, Jared? This map real or not?
This is one of those like medieval maps where I just can't, everything's kind of just looks like a kid drew this. Like
Okay.
what's sad is that this was like probably state of the art at the time, and this took a ton of people, a lot of work to like put up this map together, and this just looks like a drawing.
You don't
that
know
a kid
shit.
would
You
do.
don't know shit. You don't know shit.
Okay.
Okay. So we just have to still find that place.
So, Steve, I guess you're saying there's a bunch of these maps that have existed in history that
People
that
made these
show-
maps.
Yeah.
And then what happened to these places?
Yeah.
Ancient aliens destroy them?
Is that the theory out there? What do people think
Biblical
happened?
flood destroy them? Could they be a base for aliens? Could they even be an alien spaceship that people saw and didn't know what it was?
So assumed it was an island? Yeah.
It was so big they thought it was an island.
Yeah. Good question. I tend to think just by the quality of these that people were just really stupid and also had no concept of what they were seeing. But it's either that or aliens. I think that's the main two things.
Okay, well, you're talking about stupid people. You think Leonardo da Vinci was stupid people?
No.
The guy who invented the helicopter? The guy who drew a symmetrical drawing of a man?
Beautiful drawing.
You think he's stupid?
No.
Because he drew a map. And guess what was at the middle of his map?
I don't know.
Atlantis. The lost civilization. What did Da Vinci know that the people didn't?
So the thought is, yeah, that things just have changed. There's all these theories behind what potentially has changed with the maps. Because one of the things I was seeing is that basically until 1960, maps were pretty bad. And in 1960, what happened is that you had satellites up there that were actually had images of the Earth.
And people were like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not at all how we thought it was. Which makes sense because you're seeing it from like eye level versus, from up above. Like here's a crazy example, Steve. So we have these maps this is like the classic one that was in school. It's called the Mercator map. And 1569, this actually started. This is like one of the most popular maps of all time.
Okay.
So there's some big things that are wrong with this map, and apparently they use this more for kind of navigation, but it's like way off of scale.
Yeah, apparently Africa's way bigger.
Yeah, so okay, yeah, you saw this too. So Africa is
Oh no, I didn't see this, Jared. I just know this, okay? Me
Yeah.
and Da Vinci have something in common. We're smart and we know maps.
So would you know that Africa is 14 times larger than Greenland?
Based on this map? Hell no.
No, you would not. Greenland nowhere close. There's these apparently, and it has something to do with, I think, these lines and something like. See, it's like stretched out the spaces between these lines.
Yeah, because they
I'm
get
not sure-
closer to the poles, so then they extend the zone.
And it's apparently this is for navigation, not for scale, but I'm not really sure how that helps more. But this is basically like the maps that people would put in classrooms is the map you would see. And that makes something like Greenland look just absolutely insane in comparison to like Africa. And Europe even looks a little bigger than it actually is. So basically you were lied to as a kid. That's what I wanted to get at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First Santa, now this.
there was also this, speaking of kind of fake places, Steve, actually goes along with what you were saying there. Do you know about the town of Agloe, New York? I know you're a New York guy. It's actually,
Aglow.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
So Agloe on a map. So you were a New York guy.
Hmm.
Map makers would do, and I think one of the search engines got in trouble for this not too long ago. Maybe, it's basically trademarking your own or putting a copyright type of thing in your own work that you're doing. So they would sometimes map makers would put fake streets or fake places in their maps on purpose, Steed, which what could have potentially been what these old things were. And they would put it there so that if another map from a different maker was made with that same street or city that was fake, they would know that they were infringing on their copyright.
Yeah, I
So
think claiming the island of Atlantis, that one's a little too on the nose there.
that might be a little on the nose. So this one was from the 1930s. There's two guys from General Drafting Company called Otto G. Lindbergh and Ernest Alpers, and they put their kind of initials together to make the town of Agloe, and they put it in New York, basically in the Catskills in New York. I've been to Catskills. I've been to two weddings
Hmm.
there. It's a beautiful place. 1930s, it was poppin'. It would have been close to poppin' at that time. So, but it is super rural, a lot of it. Anyway, they put this Agloe thing to make sure if anybody else was Agloe in their map, they'd know somebody's going on. Anyway,
They're using their map. Hmm.
he's in their map exactly. So this guy, this is somebody that actually lives there, and the area he builds this general store in basically the location where they had this on a map, and he calls it Agloe General Store because he
Ah.
had that map.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, oh, this must be where I'm at. I'm gonna make it Agloe General Store. So now this place was basically created to just be like a copyright, thing in the middle of nowhere. This
They
becomes
gotta.
reality because somebody actually put it there and named the thing this. This guy, these asked for move it, and the state's like, no, there's actually business there. So legally, this became reality of what this actually Agloe, New York
This
is
is
now a real
Aglow,
place.
baby.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
so so it's like this self-fulfilling prophecy. They put a fake city there, and it actually becomes real just based on this guy seeing a kind of a bullshit thing on a map and making it there.
That's kind of
And
fun.
and fake map kind of stuff was done throughout history because before you had Google Maps and things like that, it's like the Soviet Union would sometimes produce fake maps to for security to like not tell people how to get out of things or things like that. They would create like
Oh
fake
god.
maps that had the wrong street angles or directions or fake names or things like that just to kind of keep people in certain spots. If you didn't know where to go on a map, you can't follow the right thing if it's literally
You just
wrong.
end up back at home. You're like, son
Yeah,
of a bitch.
exactly.
Do you know the most expensive map ever?
No, I don't.
Oh, God, you know nothing about maps. It's the Waldseemüller map. Waldseemüller. This is another shitty map, but it was 12 pieces of map, and I guess they would glue them together or something to make the full map. This map it vanished for a while in history, and then some guy found it in 1901 because somebody had wrapped it in a book or something.
Okay.
This map was the first map ever that depicted America with the name America on it.
Mm,
So the U.S. Congress decided, how about 10 million taxpayer dollars for this map? And they bought it for $10 million.
the US bought this?
Yes, it's like in the Library of Congress.
Oh my God.
So I'm thinking we need to sell that.
I think if I had to, here's what I'd prefer. Go ahead and make a copy of it.
Yep, photocopy it.
Photocopy it. Keep that up. We get the
Mhm.
concept. Sell it. Use that money for something much more useful
Yeah,
than
soccer stadium.
Soccer, exactly.
I
Finishing
don't
up the
know.
Bill Stadium.
You do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
It was better than a map that nobody was outdated.
Yeah.
And now, like, do they have the Gulf of Mexico on that map or the Gulf of America?
Good question.
Flip flop, government, flip flop.
Exactly. So that's a little, yeah, I would say a little overpriced. And it's not, I mean, it's ridiculous that the government has actually been the person or the entity that
Yeah,
spent
they're
the
like, we
most money
need
on a map.
this. We got a surplus. We need this shit.
You look pretty.
What did you say?
I said you look shitty. Good night, Denise.
So, Steve, this is, I'm gonna do a little modern map here. So Google Maps, as we were talking about earlier. 2022,
yeah.
a death happened because of Google Maps. You heard about this? Philip Paxson.
Ooh.
This is in Hickory, North Carolina.
Oopsie.
Down in the hollers. So there was a flood, 2013, takes out this bridge.
Okay.
Never rebuilt.
Okay.
This Philip Paxson, 2022, driving, dark night. He's driving, raining, that kind of stuff. Google Maps tells him to go across this certain route. Now,
Yeah.
Philip is following directions. This is like the Office when Dwight tells him, or his GPS tells him to turn on this road that going into a lake, and he's like,
Yeah.
and he's just listening to it, and Dwight tells him to stop, and he just keeps driving into the water. Except for this is real life, and this guy ends up driving over this bridge that is collapsed and dies.
Oh my God.
And essentially, the family sues Google. Apparently, they had been notified about the incorrect routing multiple times to not update the map.
Okay,
And that the lawsuit alleged that Google Maps directed him there, and that, that's why he did that, because he was following directions, then he ends up dying. But
he didn't use those eyeball things that he has.
He didn't use the eyeballs. It was dark and rainy, keep in mind, right? So who knows what the visibility was like.
So you got to jump a bridge. Got it.
So the responsibility ended up being on physical barriers for the local authorities. Needed to maybe put up some sort of thing saying, hey, bridge out. It'd only been 9 years since that had happened.
Oh, I don't know.
So, GPS, amazing, but it can tell you to take a wrong direction. You still, like you're saying, Steed, use your eyes, but also local authorities, go ahead and put up a
goddamn cone up.
Put a cone up. Yeah. Maybe
what are we doing here?
If it's been a couple, like a couple hours, I get it. There's a lot going on. It's been 10 years. I think you had time. You had time in that.
Yeah, you need cones or those little barrier things.
There was also one where the border between Nicaragua and Costa Rica was off on Google Maps, and this Nicaraguan commander, Eden Pastora, was basically went somewhere, raised this Nicaraguan flag, clears vegetation, and entered this hostile Costa Rican territory. By doing that, because he looked at Google Maps and he thought it was Nicaraguan territory, ended up being brought forward to an international court of justice. And
that's tough.
Google Maps is like, oh yeah, sorry, we actually
our bad.
Our border was a little off on that one.
They're working it out.
Oh, well, so we saw some little controversy. Just maybe don't use that as the end all be all. I guess is the point. It's a nice thing to have. It's not everything. So maybe double check.
Double check that you're not in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to go to this day in history? Okay. Really fun event happened. The Amboyna Massacre. Are you familiar with the island of Ambon?
No.
It's in Indonesia. Don't worry about it. Anyways, in 1623, the East India Company was out there, and they were gathering some spices.
Okay.
Well, guess what? England and the United Provinces also wanted some spices. Okay, so we got the Dutch, and we got the English, and we got the United Provinces. It was just like a bunch of guys getting spices out there. They go to this island. Immediately, the Dutch guys show up, and they're like, we want the fort. So they take over the fort that was on this island. And then the King of Dutchland and some English guys are like, whoa, we need to sign a treaty. So these guys sign a treaty and they're like, stop messing around, just gather the spices. Now you've got English, Japanese, I think Spanish guys, Dutch, and one Portuguese all on this little island trying to live in harmony. But they see each other like wandering around in the woods and they're like, they're taking our spices. God damn it. Oh, these guys are taking our spices. Son of a bitch, they're taking all our goddamn spices. So they're getting kind of pissed at each other. Then one of the Dutch guys sees the English traders and he sees a Japanese Ronin soldier, a masterless samurai, who was working for the English guys, and they see him spying on the fort. So they grab him and they waterboard him because they knew about that back in the day, apparently.
Oh, it's been around.
Yeah, they waterboard him. And under waterboarding, he says, yeah, me and the other Japanese guys, we're going to seize the fortress and kill the governor with the help of the English guy. So then the Dutch guys go grab a couple more English guys and start waterboarding them. They confess also because they're getting waterboarded. And, they brought the rack out. They burned them. They stabbed them. A couple of guys had their limbs blown off with just gunpowder. I guess they put a bunch of gunpowder on their legs and then just blow them up. Then the Dutch executed all the English guys, all the Japanese guys, and the one Portuguese guy that were on the island, just gathering like saffron, gathering some salt. Big massacre. I think like 40, they got like 40 guys. And that happened today.
Oh, great.
But the reason I thought it was heartwarming because I thought it was nice to see like English guys and Japanese guys and a Portuguese guy all working together.
For a period of time until it ended poorly.
Well, yeah, but before that, they were scheming. They were like, we can do this together.
Yes, you're right. You're right. For a little bit, it was beautiful. Okay.
And that's what happened today.
Beautiful.
1610.
Great. Just great. Great story. Great little heartwarming story to end the episode on. Maps. Don't forget about them.
Can't live with them. Can't live without them.
Can't live with them. Can't live. And also, like I said, be happy they're not the shitty ones from 600 BC.
Oh my God! Yeah, kindergartners can draw better maps.
Yeah, I've seen.
I don't know what these guys were doing.
I've seen my son just get a crayon and go like this. Yeah, it's better than what we saw.
You should let him draw a map on your wall.
Yeah, he will probably eventually. Yeah.
Good.
Perfect. All right, we're up to the show. There are new episodes once a week. Check us out on YouTube. Share the episode with a friend if you enjoy it. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.